What's up and good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing another little project on my new 2025 F250. Super excited to actually have a new project truck for myself to be working on here. And well, I got something today that I think is going to be a game changer. We'll drop the tailgate here. Obviously, if you guys have followed the channel, you guys know I live out on a ranch off of a long dirt road, to which service isn't always the best. I gotta go through some mountains. Service is like, it's there, but it's really spotty. It's hit or miss, and there's nothing more aggravating to me than calls that are calls that are just constantly going in and out. And you have to constantly repeat yourself to the point of where now my friends know, everybody in my life knows, like if it starts to do that, I'll just hang up. Like I don't even want to deal with trying to repeat myself every time. It's like, wait, oh yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, well, absolutely drives me insane. So my plan for this truck is to make it as fully functional, daily driver, comfortable, can still work, can still tow my trailers. And again, we got a lot of stuff coming for this thing at some point here in the very near future. But one of those things that we're gonna do right now is starting with, again, making it functional. So at some point I was gonna be putting the, like one of those Wilson cell range extenders. You guys see it on a lot of these guys that work out in like the oil field stuff. It's just a big antenna with like a larger, it almost looks like a baseball bat up on the top of it. And that is great for cell phone reception. However, those only work if there is like a bar of cell phone reception. You gotta have something for it to amplify. And well, we don't always have that. So I could have spent $600, $700, $800 on that setup, or do something that's not only gonna help me out in my cell reception, but give me much more. And that is right here in this box, the old Starlink. So I've never owned Starlink, I've never needed Starlink. Out at the ranch, we actually have like a private internet service, somebody that built their own network out there that works phenomenally. It works really well. I was super worried about it when I moved out there because obviously I need a lot of upload speed and I need a lot of bandwidth for doing this whole YouTube thing. And they assured me when I bought the place that we were gonna be fine, and sure enough, we're fine. So if you guys don't know Starlink, you know, the whole satellite internet thing, you know, Elon, spaceships, satellites getting launched, there's 8 billion of them up there now, whatever it may be, is awesome for rural people to get internet service. I mean, it's been an absolute game changer, but it's also moved into the vehicle world. So having friends, you know, like Fern and all these guys that are going down to the Baja, I mean, they're live streaming entire Baja races now by having Starlinks in the off-road vehicles. So I'm excited to get this put on the truck. And now you're probably saying, well, that's a Starlink, that's internet, it's not boosting cell phone reception. You're right. However, I can basically rely on Wi-Fi assist calling even at my house. So this is basically going to give me Wi-Fi assist calling and /or I have an iPhone so I can use FaceTime audio and all that if I really need to. Also, it's gonna give me full-time Wi-Fi. So if I wanna upload videos or do whatever, I can do it from my truck. I'm not trying to hotspot off my phone or anything like that. We'll have true, good, reliable, hopefully, internet. I don't know. We'll see. I've never actually used a Starlink. Now, as opposed to a cell phone range extender or cell range extender, whatever, those are free basically once you buy them. This, you obviously need a service plan. So there's 2 service plans. I believe it is 60 gigs a month for 50 bucks, or for $165 you get unlimited. So I don't really know how much I'm gonna use. It's only gonna be mainly, again, while driving and the occasional phone call. And then possibly at work, you know, pulling up files and stuff on my laptop, all of that. So we'll see how much I need. I don't really know. I started off with the 50 gig or 60 gig plan, and it's $1 a gig after that. So I'll see after the first couple of months if I need to bump up to the unlimited plan. But because I don't like things done kind of hokily, I've got a mount here from Savage UTV. That is actually going to mount this thing above the 3rd brake light. Now there's a bunch of different mounts you can do with these. Some guys stick them to their sunroofs and all that, and let me tell you why I don't want to do that. Obviously, this truck with a panoramic sunroof absorbs a ton of heat up there, and I've had things suction cupped to my windows in the past. Even with tinted windows, I've had things suction cupped up here, and they inevitably always fail. The heat just gets the best of them. The rubber of the suction cup becomes either brittle or just like kind of melts, then they fail. Well, this mesh up here, or this little cover, is very thin. So I could mount this thing back there somewhere up on the headliner, or sorry, on the sunroof. And then should it fail, it's gonna come crashing through, ripping that thing, which I can only imagine the ungodly cost it is to pull that whole thing apart and put a new screen for the panoramic sunroof. So I'm gonna opt to put this outside of the vehicle. Will that change later? I don't know. This is all testing. I'm not really sure what the heck we're getting into. I've never, again, used the Starlink, so we're gonna see. Sergio's gonna wire it up for us, hopefully today. But we gotta drop some news on him, guys. So one line item I missed when I purchased this truck, because again, I had to purchase it before they shipped it down here. And well, it's a Platinum, 2025 Platinum, with basically every dang option you can want. The bed scales, the onboard power, the Pro Power in the back, all the options you can think of. Well, I called Sergio, scheduled this, told him we'll run it off the auxiliary switches. We're gonna do it so it's tied into the keys so I don't leave it on, blah, 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 blah. Then I was driving to work the next day and I look up and I was like, holy crap, what kind of stupid dealership orders one of these trucks without the upfitter switches? This truck doesn't have upfitter switches. I'm devastated. Now, can you add them after the fact? Yes, you can. We're gonna get into that in a separate video because that is an ungodly expense, but we're still gonna end up doing it, I think. I don't wanna go with an aftermarket option. I like the look of the factory upfitter switches. Don't get on me about there's 800 other options. I know there are. They're also expensive, but they don't look as good. So we'll get around that. So we gotta go tell Sergio right now, actually, because I haven't told him yet that I don't have the upfitter switches. And let's see if this changes anything. Actually, before we do that, let's open this up and see what we're actually working with here. First things first is the Savage UTV mount. Ugh. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, look at this monster. Jeez. Oh, look at this. We already got gasket failing. We don't want none of this leaking. Let's get that gasket stuck on there. So again, that is our mount. So it looks super simple, right? Boom, this mounts up there. Starlink mounts on top. Screwed in, screwed in. Now I did order the option with the locking metal mount. This doesn't feel like a metal mount. Okay, well, looks like a lot of pretty simple instructions, I'm assuming there. And then we have the actual, it's kind of bigger than I thought it was gonna be, not gonna lie. Oh, all right, let's not break this thing now, but it's a little bigger than I thought. That seemed like maybe half that size. It's this little printing thing, got a lot of cable. So for those of you that are thinking about doing this, the other Starlinks, like the bigger ones, you have to convert those over to 12 volt. The Starlink minis, from what I've been told, are already 12 volt. So you can run these straight off your vehicle power. Whereas again, if you're using the larger ones, like on your motorhome or all of that, and you want to run it off of 12 volt power, you're gonna have to convert them to 12 volt. That is my very basic understanding. I could be wrong, but that's what I've been told. Sergio's over here outfitting some wildfire services. We got a little 85 HP. What the heck does that mean? Because this thing ain't 85 horsepower. That's for dang sure. We got a little fire skid in the back of this thing. Here we go, buddy. This one's gonna be really easy for you. I scheduled 2 days in advance, but I have one bad news thing I want to tell you. Okay, go ahead. My truck doesn't have upfitter switches.
I thought you said you had it.
Who orders one without it? I thought I had them too.
Well, no, you have to choose between nice truck or a work truck.
No, you can get both. But for now, we just need this tied to the ignition. However, work your magic. I don't need to know, don't want to know. Just make it work. The other thing is, I don't know where we send the cable in. In case you do want to throw.
Is this the antenna?
Yeah, shoot it.
You got nothing to line it up with.
It's a little crooked. That's how you find the satellites.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Do you see any?
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
There you go.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Perfect. Woo. That looks way less clunky than 17 brackets underneath it too. All right, Sergio, we did the hard part. Can you run some wire?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna get this third brake light off. Now, the trick is gonna be running the wiring. So they do make a gasket mount, or a replacement gasket that goes right here with a hole in it that you close your window on, you run the wire down through that hole. I don't like that idea. To me, it's a little bit hokey. You should make a way for it to go inside of this third brake mount. So what we're gonna try to do is loop it up underneath a little bit, try to go underneath the gasket on their little mount back there, and I think if we're on the underside of the gasket, water shouldn't be able to travel back upwards into it. I mean, maybe it can, but we're gonna find out, because I think it's gonna look a lot cleaner if we do it that way versus trying to run it through the back window.
Steps?
Yeah, you just decided you wanted a step stool instead of using the truck step. All right, so now you're just gonna run the wire through there to the battery, way up there, easy.
Are you sure?
I think so. You're in luck. Supervisor's showing up right now, Sergio. Look busy.
The supervisor.
I need you to look busy. So what are we gonna do with this cable? I don't know what's on the other end of it here. We're gonna have to cut that off and then expose the two
I don't know. I thought you had all the
No, this ain't plug and play. This is why I called an electrical engineer.
Is it 12 volts?
It's supposed to be. Did you do this on Ferns?
No.
Fern said you did.
Yeah.
So that.
He brought it already cut it off.
Oh, well, he told me these were 12 volt.
Okay.
So.
What's up, man? ¿Qué onda? Casino?
That's why he's here. Probably gonna have to extend that, no? Maybe not. That's pretty long. All right.
So if I remember correctly, your source power for the auxiliary switch is going to be on the right side, right?
That's where it was on the other truck. Right there?
Yeah, right there. Oh, nice toolbox, dude.
Thanks.
Is it red and black?
No.
It's not.
Great.
It's one wire with like a something around it.
Good news is I think is the outside ring is the
ground, right?
The center one is it.
All right, well,
That's a good news, but
Oh, it didn't come with nothing, no. I mean, it came with a 120 plug adapter, which I'm assuming converts it to 12 volt.
ooh, yeah,
12 volt?
yeah. You're
Look
safe.
at that.
You're safe. Yeah, 12 volts to 48 volts. That's why you have a 30 volt one here.
For really downloading the files there.
So typically, guys, in those little 12 volt adapter cables,
Looks something like this once you cut them open. You got a red and a black wire, or at least just two wires inside of there. Unfortunately, this one, there is one single center red wire, and then it looks like it has a copper shield around that, or aluminum, I guess. It looks like aluminum, right?
No, it's just. It's
Oh, there's your
copper.
ground.
So this is the ground.
Yeah, see, we can kind of separate that.
Yeah.
It's just loose.
Okay.
It's looking better.
Gauge is what worries me, but okay, that should be fine. Okay.
Well, see,
What's the water?
That's why I come to an electrical engineer. You guys didn't know, Sergio doesn't just bolt on, you know, police car lights on the vehicles. The man is actually an electrical engineer. That's why I know I can...
Don't tell nobody. No?
don't tell nobody.
This is why I know I can bring him like crazy ideas on like, hey, I want this light to do this with like separate other functions and switches and like figure out how to make all this stuff work.
Sergio's the man.
So here's the thing. That's why the reason why people or engineers assign a higher voltage rather than just all 12 volts, all 6 volts, is that the higher the voltage, the less current you need to go through the wire.
Okay.
So if you have a higher voltage system, you can use a thinner wire. But if you're going to use a lower voltage system, you need a thicker wire.
Gotcha.
So in this case, because we are downgrading from 30 volts, which is why they designed this wire, this thickness, we're going below to 12 volts.
So you think we might need thicker wire?
Yeah. Depends on the distance you have between your load and your battery.
Right.
If we were in a perfect world, we can have a wire where it's thick on the battery side and then you can narrow it down to the load. That's the case. Like the closer you are to the load, the smaller wire you can use.
Gotcha.
So what we're gonna do here is cut a longer wire just to go through the so it doesn't look ugly outside, and then use a thicker wire all the way to the front from here.
Gotcha.
So instead of using all this wire, we're gonna use just a little bit longer one and then extend it with our own wire.
So we've got about 3/16 of gasket. I mean, we'll probably be okay with that.
Yeah.
We can cut out a little section, silicone around it. 60 watts, 5 amps.
60 watts, no, it's not 5 amps, depends on the voltage.
Okay.
So divided by the voltage you're gonna use is 12 volts, that's 5 amps here.
Okay.
So 5 amps, if you use 12 volt system, 5 amps at 20 feet, calculate 14 gauge.
It's pretty thick.
Yeah, so compare your wire to what it's supposed to be.
That's a little different. Not too bad.
All right, that's why we don't. You gotta feed this one? Yeah.
All right, so this is what the majority of it is going to be, and then at the very end, we're going to splice on.
To that one, because we don't have that connector.
Right.
But again, at the end of closest to the load is when you can use a thinner wire because it's already past all the resistance of the wire.
Did you get that right, Supervisor?
Huh? Is that check out? Yeah.
Sir, you just real brave running in there, reaching, pulling my panels off, huh?
And then this one has to come down. Oh look, that wasn't me.
I saw that. I don't know. Your hand just went right there.
No, I didn't pull it. I felt it.
That's Ford. That's Ford.
That's Ford.
I'll blame it on Ford.
So this one has to come out.
Okay.
And we're gonna run the wire all the way through here, all the way to the front.
Yeah, pull until you hear a pop and then stop pulling.
I don't feel you nowhere. You need to point more towards the front, I think. I almost feel like you're up here now. Yeah, you're over here. Barely feel it on my fingertip. There we go.
I felt it.
I got it, Sergio. Sergio, am I electrical engineer now?
Yeah, you are.
Sick.
Can you sign me off?
Yeah.
Sign off my hours? Sergio's too good to use the Ford step. I respect it. I respect it. Hey, we're not that old, Sergio. We're not that old. Look at it, right here. Yep. Gotta make sure we avoid that airbag. Or say a prayer for whoever sits in this seat. Here, walk out, see how far you got. Pretty close to 20 feet right there, Sergio. So Sergio's making quick work of running the wire up through this little channel right here. And Sergio, I don't think I've ever even popped the hood on this truck. What we got down here?
Really?
Oh, it's a diesel. So this, I'm assuming, is where the upfitter switches, probably relay box would go, right?
I'm gonna look into it because it
There's
could be
the-
that side, this side, or inside sometimes. But
Where are we tapping for our
right here,
our ignition?
Fuse is. But we don't have as much space for the fuse tap in. So we have to make a big hole right.
Oh yeah, don't even put the cover back on.
All right, so we're in fuse panel number 2.
There's no fuse panel number 2.
No fuse panel number 2.
Is it behind the glove box, Sergio? See that big, thick yellow wire? What about that one?
Yeah, cut that one.
That's the antenna.
Wow, dude, I haven't seen that in a minute.
Sergio, I'm loading my owner's manual. Give me a second. Locating the battery fuse box. Oh, okay, nice, beautiful.
It's only that one?
These are fuses in the interior fuse box. So there's an interior fuse box.
Where? On the passenger?
Look at the picture.
Oh, Sergio, I think you gotta pull this down.
Yeah. 3.
Would have thought that thing's actually useful.
Advanced driver assist module. Let's not mess with that. Delayed accessory logic. All right, so ignition is off. Sergio's gonna check the upfitter fuse. Because again, my plan is to add the factory upfitter switches at some point, which this will probably be tied into, but for now, we'll see if we can use that.
Manual shift?
How many amps?
5 amp?
5 amp?
Ignition going on.
There you go.
Hey, look at that. Ignition off. So Sergio's gonna do our fuse tap. And he was mentioning earlier, he never likes to draw power directly from a fuse tap. He likes to use a relay. However, due to our current situation, we're just gonna run it like this for now. Then once we get the outfitter switches, that's our relay.
There you go. You learn. You can do it.
I wrote the book on this, Sergio. Just kidding. Hey, the supervisor's right here, man. Make it. Don't act like I just learned this stuff.
I'm nervous though. You got a knife?
No. Oh, Sergio, get ready, brother.
What?
We got the Screaming Eagle.
Oh.
It might not cut anything.
I need something sharp. Give me my fucking. Give me my knife. Shit talker.
I don't think that would hurt.
You want to test it?
Now this bracket has an internal aluminum bracket that goes inside here on the back side, and then you sandwich it together with that bracket, and then that bracket uses your factory holes for your third brake light. So this adds just a little bit of strength because obviously we're carrying the weight of the Starlink there. If we can get this in with one hand, it's a little tough. There we go. There we go. And then that is going to go up like so. Sergio, you ran this cord all the way out of your shop when I got Pro Power 2,000 watts of power onboard generator here, brother. Instead, we got Dedic holding an extension cord.
If I put it down, it doesn't reach.
All right, so now Sergio is splicing our thicker gauge wire to our thinner gauge wire that has the Starlink connector plug on it. What happened? What happened?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I forgot to put the. Good thing is, I think it's gonna fit. I think it's gonna fit.
So right now we're doing a little testing to make sure we get our cable length correct, which we're not too bad right there. We can take a little slack out, tuck it up nicely, and then looking at, I don't want to tear the gasket.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Let's loosen it up.
Oh, actually, wait. Yeah, there you go.
Nice. So it looks like the gasket's actually going to seal really nice around it. It's below that lip, so water would really have
Yeah, you might want to tighten that down a little bit.
to climb.
So I've got it. Go back and forth, Sergio. Back and forth. A little here, a little there.
Otro lado. 17 Newton meters.
The power of an icon.
Now I know you guys are probably thinking, you're putting this big old white brick on this truck that you just mounted, or did black up there. You can vinyl wrap these. I've seen mixed results on the bigger ones. People say like it messes with the service, but supposedly on the minis, it doesn't. You just gotta kind of be careful on the color that you do, because if you do all black, this thing heats up, you get like past the heat limits of the Starlink. So we're gonna experiment with that a little bit.
Alrighty, y'all. Getting her hooked back up. Third brake light in.
Probably gonna get a check engine light. What happened when the wrap shop did this?
Alright, third brake light going back on. I'm sure at some point this will get swapped out to something a little more custom than a factory third brake light, but for now, we're looking good. Sergio ain't got no patience. Hit it with the gun. Alright guys, so she is mounted up there. I don't think it really, what do you guys think? You think it stands out too much?
Yeah, sore thumb.
Perfect.
Crackhead delay right there.
No, we got the lock. Turns out that mount is metal.
It is.
Yeah, it just doesn't look or feel metal, but it's actually metal. Sergio is finishing tying in our power over here. I've just downloaded the Starlink app. I guess I should log in. Find a clear view of sky. Your Starlink will need to be outdoors. Once Starlink gets online, we'll guide you. Yeah, we kind of got a clear view. Your Starlink has built-in Wi-Fi. Find an outdoor location as close to your device as possible. Sure. Go back in the app. We are connected. Starlink paired successfully. Starlink is talking to satellites, guys. What do you want to say to the aliens? Okay, guys, so I have not done an official, like, sit this thing out in an open field and let it find all the satellites and all of that. In my shop area, we were in between two buildings and it wasn't like super happy, so I didn't go through the full setup. I did, however, just do a setup while driving 70 something miles an hour on the freeway. So I don't know how good of a setup I got, as opposed to like set this thing perfectly in a field with nothing around me and doing a full setup. But even at that, these are my initial speeds, which again, I think that's pretty dang good, considering this is a tiny little thing mounted on my roof and hasn't had like a full proper setup. I don't know if it needs it. I don't know. When you start it up, it goes like, it says it's aligning, it's trying to find alignment, which again, most people have this sitting stationary, you know, outside in a field, outside their house or on their motorhome, not moving. All right, just for shits and gigs, I decided let's do another one. I'm going 14, 15 miles an hour right now. And yeah, I think our speeds are significantly different. That's impressive, guys. We're going 40 miles an hour right now, allegedly. There we go, there's our upload speeds coming back. Jeez, it just keeps getting better. I just saw 180. Now we're up to 200. Holy cow. It definitely peaked at 200. Ladies and gentlemen on my YouTube channel, say hi to Eddie. Eddie's life is on the phone right now.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 1 2. Radio check 3 2 1 1 2 3. Come back. Dmaxryno or P-stroke Rhino.
So as you guys can tell, normally Eddie is the tester of all things vehicle, electronics, scales, weights, the horsepower, Newton meters, all that stuff. Eddie really likes to nerd out on the details and all of that. So who better to call to do this test? And Eddie, we've been on the phone for 14 minutes now. I would have dropped the call like 10 times. And how's the reception been, buddy?
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, usually talking to you on the phone, I'm like, oh shit, all right, it's gonna be a quick phone call, guys. Don't worry about it because he's gonna drop the call. You're usually talking to P-stroke Rhino is a very quick phone call because you can never hear him. It's always like, hello, can you hear me now? Hold on, wait a second. Okay, how about now? And then he's gone again. So yeah, I can never hear you ever talking on the phone.
This is fantastic. This is perfectly clear.
I've told everybody Starlink is amazing, man. And well, obviously, you know, we pay for our Starlinks. They don't send it to us. And
right.
I've had it, you know, well, some of you guys know on my RV for years now, and it's literally the best thing. Like, I can't survive without the Starlink.
Alrighty guys, well it has been officially 1 week with the Starlink and I gotta say I absolutely love this thing. It is functioning exactly like I want it to function. The only thing I will say with the mount is if you come up here and you can see it does bounce a little bit and vibrate a little bit, and there's tiny little indents in it's just in the wrap though, and there's really no way to tighten these feet because those studs are so short. So yeah, other than those tiny little indentations into the wrap right there, which again, so you want some pressure on there, which is going to keep it from vibrating so much. But again, this is stock suspension. This thing rides like an absolute brick. So once we get a little suspension upgrade going on here, then I think that'll probably go away. But I do have these little rubber circles that I'm going to put up underneath those, which are already rubber, and hopefully it eliminates any vibrations. But if you guys have been thinking of doing a Starlink system, all of my buddies have them. I've heard about them for years. I've never personally experienced them. Like I said, y'all, I am sold on it. To date, I've had it for 7 days and I've used about 10 gigs worth of data, and that's just because I've really been playing with it a lot. I don't think I'm gonna hit my max this month of 50 gigabytes. And I know if I actually use this as intended, which is mainly just phone calls, the odd and end needing to be on the internet, the 50 gigs is more than enough for what I need. But again, if you go past that, I think it's $1 per gigabyte or something like that. So it's not the end of the world. So I'm excited to continue building this truck, and I thank you guys for following along. If you would be so kind, please give this video a like, aka a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, please click the subscribe button. We got a lot of stuff in store for this truck that I'm excited to tell you guys about and show you. I would be honored if you go check out Work For It Apparel at workforitapparel.com. Y'all are the best. I'm out.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.